Oh, hello, 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 and welcome. And here is a digital reveal day. A little earlier than expected. I could not wait. I was like a kid in a candy store or a kid on Christmas Day, and I had to share this kit. So welcome all. This is Jolene with a Jewel Design. Totally forgot who I was and how to identify who, what, and where. And so we're on this lovely weekend, and we are showing a new digital paper pack. You know, so I'm sort of doing a lot of paper right now. But this is a journal kit of papers, which you would use any other way. I just don't have a ephemera for it right now. I think there's a lot of pieces here you probably could cut out and tweak and use. I will probably be making a few things that I need for the journal that I'm making. And a few of those pieces will go to my Buy Me a Coffee memberships for the month of April. But if I really create a lot of stuff at any given point, I may just put a cute little kit aside and sell it later. But we'll see. I really just want to enjoy the journaling capability of this Zen Garden meditation journal kit. It is my Cherry Blossom Zen Garden paper pack, and it is set and ready to go. I hope to really get you into spring and summer and self-care and using it when necessary. And it's both in horizontal and some vertical pages. So we have enough here to start a horizontal book. And then I will probably put together a very skinny, tall journal also with a lot of journaling capabilities. Do a skinny one probably to sell. And then the standard one I will probably do more for me. I don't know if I'll sell it or not. I haven't decided yet. I'm sort of debating on somewhat designing it for myself, but totally usable for anybody else too if, it comes down to I'm like, yeah, okay. But I can't wait to work on it. So I'm showing it to you before I go and make a mess out of it. So we're going to start off with there's a total of 15 pages. And 9 of them I think are horizontal or can be horizontal, and then there's 6 vertical ones for sure. So there we go. So let's see if we can keep ourselves in camera, because that seems to be my issue right now. All right, but I want to make sure we're up close so you can see all the pretty details. So everything is vintage, public domain type of imagery, or from Graphic Fairy. When I really just wanted more, floral-y things, I went for her. But everything else, I actually found a really cool manual that was garden based in Japan, or from Japan. And so I used the cover, I used the images. There was, just pretty paintings that I love. They're just really light, whimsical mountain, paintings. And then there are Zen Garden, cherry blossoms that I found. And so I was really happy with what I came across, and it just lent itself easily to the pages that came out. So everything as usual is, once you trim off the white, folds in half beautifully, gives you all kinds of different feels and, folds to play with. So there's 6 decorative pages. I'll show those to you first. Some of them are from the garden manual that I found, and then, layered accordingly. Others are sand art and rocks for the whole, like when you're taking your little gravel thingy and you're playing in that little sandbox on your desk. That's what it made me felt of. So it's very Zen. The whole point is to be Zen and garden and springy and meditation and all that fun stuff, right? I went ahead and created a lovely, I guess I should show you. One of your background paper is this lovely bit of floral. It's all the cherry blossoms and water bubbles that I had created, and it's totally universal. There's no real right or wrong way, left or right, which is beautiful. It makes it easy to back everything with. If you need, something to get to some color. But I played with it, of course, to overlap other elements. One of my other favorites. Another one of the paintings that I played with and worked with and layered on, and a little koi. That's probably not just koi, but really pretty pink fish. God, which is where the bubbles came from. So that became another layering option. Though we have the ripple effect of the sand. I figured we have to continue on with sort of this floating water thing. It reminds me of Fantasia actually, and one of the cartoons in the first Fantasia. With the gold and black fishies. So anyway, that was my Zen moment. I was like, ooh, pretty. Another one of the pages out of one of the journals. Overlaid it with what worked for me, of course. Again, more ripples, more bubbles, books, all kinds of fun stuff. I just had fun layering them. This one actually prints really pretty, folds really nice too. You've got this really cool sort of 3-part deal with the flowers. And then you have a little bit more modern. It is, you know, the downside is a more modern photo that I got commercial rights to. But, oh my goodness, right? So I tried to blend them. So then you have your journal pages. So you have them both lined and not lined. So you can put photos on here. You can write however you want. You can put quotes. You can do whatever you want on these. And then when you want a little bit more guided, of course, guided meditation, right? Well, guided journaling, you have lines to really write in. So you get the background and the 2 journal pages to add to everything. As you can see, I have a couple sets of them because I was having problems printing. So I printed everything and then went back and like backed everything with these 3 pages so that everything had plenty of room. So I have florals to break it up. I've got journaling pages. I've got the works, right? So really stoked about that because the goal for me is to make it a writing journal. Yes, I want to play that some. I do want to have some fun where we have things like this, where if I put a corner or a pocket or something, to sort of maybe as a memory keeping concept while we are, doing our meditative journaling. That was the thought there. But then you also have some vertical pages because why not have a skinny journal? But fun with it. How much fun would that be, right? So again, everything folds beautifully in half. If you want a really tall, skinny journal, leave it as is. Make yourself a cover. And we do have journaling pages for the inside. So that when you fold it, you have these long pages to write on, right? Write, photo, whatever you want to do. No lines on this one. I simply left them blank because they are so skinny. I didn't want to try to feel like you had to be any more scrunched in than you needed to be. So we just went ahead and, went with it. But I almost want this as a cover. I really am debating on making that a cover. I just don't know if it's going to be my inner cover or whether I'm going to try to put that on top. If I can't find the fabric that I want for this one, this may then get put onto paper, onto some kind of envelope of some sort, and this may be the cover. And I'll just maybe reprint it again for inside or something. Okay, let's make sure you can see this because I know it's a really tight window. I don't mean to miss out on any of it. Oh, let's see if we can... there we go. We'll go backwards just a little bit. How's that? So the color changed the moment I did that. That was funny. Okay, I'm going to pull back just a little bit. So yeah, make sure we see it all. So isn't that gorgeous? I love this. This was a book cover to the manual, the gardening manual that I found. And I love the green. It's that sagey green. Reminds me of the avocado paper that we use. I'm in love with it. With the hints of pink and sort of red. I mean, it's red and green. It really is. Or sage and pink. With the yummy creams and the white cherry blossoms, the pink cherry blossoms, and I'm in love. Right. Okay. So then this page, again, folds beautifully. I want to make sure that when you folded it, you had plenty on both sides to grab and pique your interest. So I'll try not to pick it up too much because then you can't see it all. But pretty much I got going where I saw potential of, down the middle. What can we do with it? These are white down here, so they're not whiting out on the camera. They are white with pink tipped flowers behind them. Went ahead and sort of, forced borders on it. But I love how this page had an automatic border on it. Oh my God, I was so stoked. So I made sure to utilize it. This one too, a great base piece. Just to fold it with the flowers on both ends. Just something to decorate, tuck. This would be great to have like an, hidden paper clip on and stick a piece of paper in there, whatever, right? And they're all backed with this. So I automatically have an immediate writing space. This one was fun. This page was a little overwhelming and I could not figure out how to do it as a full page. Like the other way is the only one that I didn't sort of flip around. And I want to say I started to, but now I'm not so sure. Oh, I think I started to, and then I saw it as a vertical. So we do have one lady. She's, holding up some floral fabric. That was sort of fitting, being that time of the year, getting ready for getting your best dresses, right? Getting your best fabric, your best kimonos and dresses ready for the season. So I just thought it was pretty. So there's a little hint of her, right? She was black, and this was pink and blue, and it was really pastel-y, and she was in black, and that was too harsh. So I toned her out so that she would blend nicer with the color scheme that we had. And then, again, this is really easy because you can print that flower in any direction. So I print on the back of just the journal pages so that I had more journal pages and things to break up the ordeals. So I mean, right there, but just by, you know, goofing and printing it up. I mean, if I make this a cover, yes, okay, I lose that page. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages printed right now, which makes that, what, 24? 12 and 12? 6, yeah, because it's each side. So 2, 4, I'm sure I'm doing 6, 8, 10 and 12. 10 and 12. So yeah, it's 24 pages in a skinny journal if I lose this one and I make it a cover. If not, then I've got 20, so 24, 26, 28. So 28 if I don't make it a cover because I find the right paper, and it'll be the first page. And that's before I add any other papers to this. I find green and white, green pages, white pages. I know I have one of my ladies that I love dearly. I'm asking her for some eco-dyed papers right now. See if she was able to get anything together for this, because I don't have any colors for this. I'm totally out of coffee and tea dyed. I have nothing left there. I'm like, ugh. And then the ones I have are too dark for this. And then so on and so forth. So anyway, there is it. So you've got 6 vertical pages to do more of a skinny journal if you want. Doesn't mean you can't add these in, but then you have to start folding these down in certain ways to make pockets behind it, or cutting them off and adding them in. These then have to be folded in. Like, you can make this a skinny and a little more of a 9 by 4 1/4 instead of an 11 by, but you just have to be really creative with like how and where you cut or fold these pages. And the same for this. You have to then fold these down to where you have tab. Like this one you could fold in and it'd be fine and make a cute tab. But you can work them together, especially if you don't print the stuff on the back. You can make it work, you know, where you can put them into the same journal. Rhoda was cute. She made them really big to where she had them every other. So she had something that came out 5.5 inches. The other portion came out 4 1/4. So that, it was fun too to watch us go back and forth, and you just made the journal as tall, you know, as big as your tall papers. So many ways to use them together or separately. I'm going to use them separately because I think there's enough. Again, here is, let's see, I overprinted. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let's see, gosh, 6 and 7 and 8 and 9, which is 18. So I have 36 pages right here, 36 pages, and I don't even have the eco-dyed, or anything else new. So yeah, this is gonna be chubby. I think it's gonna be 2 signatures. I'm gonna try to break it out because I have 36. I have 40, 44, 48, and 48, 52. Like I'm easily 52 pages, and I don't even have any of the pretties in it. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, something fun to play with. I want to show you really quick. I did take my flower and printed it on white vellum. I printed it borderless, like a photo borderless for letter size. And I did it the best quality of print they would do, so all the colors would pop like it should. And oh my gosh, this is yummy, guys. Oh, it is super yummy for it. And because it's so much ink on it, it even shows on the back side, so it's not even paled out. So you can decide if you really want to make it like it, your white or clearer vellum, do just a standard print job, and you'd have a really light, transparent page. Like I said, I went best quality, and look at that. It didn't bleed through. It just printed, and either side is absolutely gorgeous. So I cannot wait to add that to this. Look at that. Well, you can sort of see through a little bit. You can see how it pops where it does and doesn't pop. So if I put it up against a journal page, you know, the journaling page would then help subdue it a little bit or make it stick out. Like, see, so if you put it here, your next page was journaling. You have this great, you know, light color to go with it, beside it. You can flip it around the other way, keep it light, and make it darker on the side. Oh, yeah, I cannot wait to use that one. Oh my gosh. That is going to be a gorgeous page. You know me, I have to have a vellum page in every one of my kits, and this one is totally custom. So don't be afraid to print them out multiple times, different pages, different papers, different, you know, mediums. If you cannot print front to back, don't freak out. Go ahead and print them on a slightly lighter paper, and then glue them front to back, and it'll give you a thicker, more robust page to work with, to write on. But then you're not worrying about, you know, did I put it in the right way? Did it come out backwards? Now, the nice thing is both these last 3, no matter what you do, are perfectly balanced. So there's no, like, top or bottom. So if you get these the way you want them, as long as you put them back into where it prints on the back side, don't worry about them being upside down or right side up. These three back pages are totally going to print beautifully. So not a problem there. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Cherry Blossom Zen Garden paper pack. Great for a writing journal, for meditation, for guidance, for therapy, for whatever you need this year, or just taking care of oneself. And it's really easy to make this, just these verticals or just these horizontals, a pretty hefty page or a pretty hefty journal pretty quickly. So I will be working on this. I won't go tutorial, but I'm going to go a little bit more step by step. I have a few ladies who really love some of my kits, but don't really know what to do with them or how to go about them. So I'm going to sort of walk you through this. You've seen a lot of me do putting pages together or covers, but I'm going to do a little bit more work maybe while I'm working on this so that you definitely know the ways, ins and outs, like I just mentioned. You don't have to print on the back. You can print them on lighter paper and glue them together like you would collage anything else. Glue them together, double check with your glitter glue on the edges, and it would give you, the same robust as if you had a heavier quality paper that you print on both sides, and away you go. But no one says you have to have anything on the backside, especially if you do cream and you really want to grunge this up, and I'm going to grunge it up. Find your lightest cream paper, and that automatically gives you a non-white paper on the back. Just stress around the edges, and bam, like you have writing paper and writing places and places to decorate. So we're going to do a lot of that this week. So come back on Tuesday. I have a kitchenette retro kit going on. And then Thursday, on my birthday, we will be putting this thing somewhat together. We're going to start getting that into place as I'm waiting for papers and waiting for things to go on. We are going to start getting this one put together, and then I will have plenty to talk about the following week because I have a shopping spree I want to do with Mom, and it's going to help with some elements for both of these journals. So thank you very much for watching, liking, loving, commenting, subscribing, getting notifications. Check me here. Make sure you click on my link below so that you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, the Crafters of Jewel Design, and anywhere else, so that you are up to date and are aware of what I've got going when I'm able to post. So if you can't always get to YouTube, you can at least see the photos on the other social media platforms and know what I'm up to. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful last week of March. I can't believe it. And we will talk all very soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.